We are joined by Chief Kevin McGee. He is the chair of the Terrorism and Homeland Security Committee. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, with the terrorism attacks in San Bernardino, in Orlando, the specter of terrorism in this country is really on the rise. So what can the IAFC do to help fire departments prepare?
Well, the operating environment that we are currently in is changing. It's becoming more challenging for us to respond to these types of incidents. And so our committee has been diligent in putting together a number of products and resources that IFC members should take advantage of, to include the terrorism response checklist and guide document. That's a great document for a department to understand where they're at and where to go to start making improvements. There's the intelligence guide for fire chiefs. Every fire chief should understand where to get intelligence and how to be part of the intelligence apparatus. This guide is a great document to support the chief in that area. And then most recently, we are just now launching a active shooter toolkit that's going to have a number of resources that are collected for a one-stop shop for fire chiefs to go in to do research, to identify best practices, training scenarios, policies that they may be able to apply to their own department. We're also going to be putting case studies in there, many of which will be in video format.
And I understand that you were part of a group that traveled to Paris following the terrorist attacks. Tell us what you learned there.
Well, we did have a small delegation that was supported by the IFC, Department of Homeland Security, and we were welcomed by the French officials and Parisian agencies to learn from their experiences, not only from the leaders of those agencies, but the people, the personnel on the front lines who had the direct experience of responding to that incident. It was a very significant incident. It was what's referred to as a complex coordinated attack. So there were significant risks in the response. These were responders that were moving into an area where terrorists were trying to disrupt the emergency response, confuse, and even put the first responders at risk, as well as the public. They were attacking high-profile events, very soft targets, and there were a number of lessons that we learned that we're bringing back, our team is bringing back to the United States. We're creating an intelligence document that we'll be releasing. And a number of our team members are doing presentations in multiple venues, to include right here at FRI this week.
So with the terrorism threats on the rise, what can jurisdictions do to protect their departments?
Well, fire departments should be looking at their ability to respond to these incidents as a whole community effort. They should be developing relationships with the other agencies that they would respond to, particularly law enforcement, as well as their mutual aid partners. Again, there's a lot of resources that we provide from the IFC to our members. Just go right onto our website. Each jurisdiction is probably be at a different place with their level of preparedness. So it's going to require a planning effort to identify where you're at, what are the gaps, and then putting a plan together on how you fill those gaps.
Great. Thank you so much. It sounds like the website has a lot of great information. Thank you so much for joining us, Chief McGee.
Thank you for having me.